The year was 1965. A newly independent India, still grappling with the scars of partition, found itself once again on the brink of war with its neighbor Pakistan. Tensions, simmering since the partition of British India in 1947, finally boiled over. The disputed region of Kashmir, a bone of contention between the two nations, became the flashpoint. In the summer of 1965, Pakistan launched Operation Gibraltar, a covert operation aimed at infiltrating Kashmir and instigating an uprising against Indian rule. Pakistan believed that by igniting this internal strife, they could seize control of the entire Kashmir region. However, the operation faltered, and India responded with full military might, marking the beginning of the 1965 Indo Pak War. The war was a clash of ideologies, a battle for territorial integrity, and a test of national resolve. For India, it was a fight to defend its sovereignty and protect the secular fabric of its democracy. For Pakistan, it was an opportunity to right what it perceived as a historical wrong and establish its dominance in the region. The 1965 war was a turning point in the history of the subcontinent. It was a conflict that would shape the destinies of both nations for years to come. Among the many heroes who emerged from the 1965 war, one name stands out for his strategic brilliance and unwavering resolve: Field Marshal Sam Mankshaw. As the chief of the army staff during the war, Manekshaw's leadership proved instrumental in India's victory. Known for his sharp wit and military acumen, Mankshaw was a decorated soldier who had served in World War II. He understood the importance of careful planning and strategic maneuvering. When Pakistan launched its surprise attack, Mankshaw advised Prime Minister Lal Bahadur Shastri against hasty retaliation. Instead of rushing into battle, Mankshaw advocated for a calculated response, focusing on strengthening India's defenses and exploiting Pakistan's weaknesses. He recognized that Pakistan's army was better equipped, thanks to American military aid, but he also knew that India had a numerical advantage. Manekshaw's strategy was to engage Pakistan on multiple fronts, forcing them to stretch their resources thin. He launched a counteroffensive in the western sector, targeting key Pakistani positions and cities. His tactical brilliance and the bravery of Indian soldiers turned the tide of the war in India's favor. The Battle of Asal Uttar, fought in the Kem Karan sector of Punjab, witnessed the extraordinary courage of Company Quartermaster Havdar Abdul Hamid. A soldier of the 4th Battalion, Grenadiers, Hamid's actions on September 10, 1965, etched his name in the annals of Indian military history. The battleground was a landscape of sugarcane fields, offering little cover from enemy fire. Pakistani forces equipped with superior Patton tanks had launched a massive offensive, aiming to capture the vital town of Kem Karan. Hamid, armed with a jeep-mounted recoilless gun, found himself facing the onslaught of these armored behemoths. Undeterred by the overwhelming odds, Hamid and his crew took up position, their weapon a David against the Goliath of Pakistani armor. With nerves of steel, Hamid directed his fire, destroying tank after tank. He moved from position to position, his gun spitting fire, disrupting the enemy's advance and inflicting heavy casualties. Hamid's valiant actions stalled the Pakistani advance, buying precious time for Indian reinforcements to arrive. He destroyed 6 Patton tanks before succumbing to enemy fire, making the ultimate sacrifice for his nation. His bravery earned him the highest wartime gallantry award, the Param Veer Chakra, awarded posthumously. The 1965 war saw countless stories of courage and sacrifice, but few are as poignant as the tale of the Verma Brothers. Major J.C. Verma of the 20 Rajput and Major G.C. Verma of the 3 Dogra both fought with distinction in different sectors of the war, their paths tragically intertwined by fate. Major J.C. Verma was a rising star in the Indian Army, known for his leadership qualities and battlefield acumen. He fought with valor in the crucial battles of Chowinda and Jaseran, leading his men from the front. During the Battle of Jaseran, Major J.C. Verma went missing in action. He was presumed dead, his body never recovered. However, his family clung to the hope that he might have been captured and held as a prisoner of war, a hope that lingers to this day. Major G.C. Verma, serving in the Poonch sector, also demonstrated exceptional bravery. He led his battalion in several daring operations, repelling enemy attacks and inflicting heavy losses. In a fierce encounter at Chan Tekri, Major G.C. Verma was grievously wounded while leading a charge. He succumbed to his injuries, making the ultimate sacrifice for his country. He was posthumously awarded the Veer Chakra for his gallantry and leadership. Section 5. The Battle of Chowinda, a clash of iron and will. The Battle of Chowinda, fought between September 14 and 21, 1965, was one of the largest tank battles in history. It was a clash of iron and will that played a pivotal role in shaping the outcome of the war. The small town of Chowinda in the Punjab region became the epicenter of this fierce confrontation. The Pakistani army, equipped with American-supplied Patton tanks, launched a massive offensive, aiming to capture the strategically vital town and cut off Indian supply lines. The Indian army, though outnumbered in terms of tanks, was determined to hold their ground. The battle raged for days, with both sides unleashing their full firepower. The roar of tank cannons, the staccato bursts of machine gun fire, and the deafening explosions filled the air as the two armies engaged in a deadly dance of advance and retreat. The Indian Air Force played a crucial role carrying out sorties against Pakistani positions, while Indian soldiers with grit and determination repelled wave after wave of attack. Section 6. Jaseran triumph amidst the trenches. The Battle of Jaseran, fought in close proximity to the larger Battle of Chowinda, was another significant engagement in the 1965 war. This battle, characterized by close-quarters combat and trench warfare, tested the mettle of Indian soldiers and showcased their resilience in the face of adversity. Jaseran, a small village near the Sialkot border, became a battleground of strategic importance. Pakistani forces had established fortified positions in the village, aiming to control the surrounding territory and disrupt Indian advances. The Indian army launched a determined offensive to capture Jaseran, facing stiff resistance from the entrenched enemy. The battle for Jaseran was a grueling affair, fought amidst a labyrinth of trenches, bunkers, and fortified positions. Indian soldiers armed with rifles, grenades, and bayonets engaged in fierce hand-to-hand combat, clearing enemy trenches one by one. The air was thick with the smell of gunpowder, the ground littered with spent cartridges and the bodies of fallen soldiers. Section 7. Beyond the Battlefield, Echoes of Valor. The 1965 Indo Pak War was not just a conflict fought on land and air, it was also a testament to the courage and sacrifice of ordinary individuals who rose to the occasion, displaying extraordinary acts of bravery and compassion. From soldiers on the front lines to civilians in the heart of the conflict, the war brought forth countless stories of human resilience and the indomitable spirit. There were countless tales of valor and sacrifice from the front lines, soldiers holding their positions against overwhelming odds, medics risking their lives to save their comrades, and tank crews engaging in fierce duels with the enemy. Behind the front lines, civilians contributed to the war effort with equal fervor. Women volunteered as nurses tending to the wounded in makeshift hospitals, while others worked tirelessly in factories, producing essential supplies for the troops. Farmers, despite the risk to themselves and their livelihoods, continued to till their land, ensuring food security for the nation. Children, too young to comprehend the full extent of the conflict, displayed a maturity beyond their years, boosting the morale of soldiers with their innocent smiles and words of encouragement. Section 8. The Legacy of 1965. A Nation Remembers. The 1965 Indo Pak War, though lasting only 22 days, left an indelible mark on the Indian psyche. It was a conflict that tested the nation's resolve, forged a new sense of unity among its diverse populace, and showcased the courage and sacrifice of its armed forces. The war also had far-reaching consequences for India's geopolitical standing, shaping its relations with Pakistan and the wider world for decades to come. The war ended in a stalemate, with neither side achieving a decisive military victory. A ceasefire brokered by the United Nations came into effect on September 23, 1965. The Tashkent Declaration, signed in January 1966, formalized the ceasefire and laid the groundwork for the withdrawal of troops. However, the underlying issues that led to the conflict remained unresolved, casting a long shadow over the subcontinent. Despite the stalemate, India emerged from the war with a sense of pride and accomplishment. The nation had successfully defended its territory against aggression, proving its military capability to the world. The war also had a profound impact on India's domestic politics, strengthening national unity and bolstering the image of the Indian National Congress, the ruling party at the time. Section 9. Conclusion: the indomitable spirit. The 1965 Indo Pak War was a crucible from which emerged stories of extraordinary courage, unwavering patriotism, and the unyielding spirit of a nation determined to defend its freedom. The war, though fought over 50 years ago, continues to hold immense significance in the annals of Indian history, serving as a reminder of the sacrifices made by those who fought for their nation and the values it holds dear. The stories of Field Marshal Sam Mankshaw, Company Quartermaster Havdar Abdul Hamid, Major J.C. Verma, and Major G.C. Verma, along with the countless other heroes who fought in the trenches and soared in the skies above, continue to inspire generations of Indians. Their legacies are etched not just in monuments and history books, but also in the hearts and minds of a grateful nation. As we remember the 1965 war, we honor the bravery and sacrifice of those who served their nation with honor and distinction. Their stories remind us of the human cost of conflict and the importance of striving for peace. The war also serves as a stark reminder of the need for dialogue and diplomacy in resolving disputes, ensuring that the horrors of war are never witnessed again.